What do you think is the biggest thing that's changed about you since you took your shahada?
I'd say being more grounded, right? Having more of a sense of purpose, as opposed to just being a hamster on a wheel. Like I was a hamster on a wheel that was just like a coin operated machine, similar to yourself. Like just, I was going and going and going, and you could feel, subhanAllah, man, you could see it on people. You could see the nur on their face. Like you can really feel when someone is on purpose or when they're just on default. And the reality is most of us are just living life by default. We're not living life by design because we don't really know the purpose and the meaning behind why.
Yeah, no one who's not in sales, only people who are in sales will get this, but it's that hamster wheel of increase show rate, increase close rate, handle this objection. And you're so right. And it leads to an empty life. And what I've now noticed, trying to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship, since I have a larger platform, and I think Muslims need that education. But I've noticed Muslims are like 30 years behind in terms of getting into entrepreneurship, and they're all doing it for the wrong reasons. I have so many young Muslim guys message me, I want to start a business, but their whole thing is they want to sacrifice everything to start this business. I'm like, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong way to go. So coming from someone who, has a background in business, could you shed some light actually to the younger Muslim men who want to start business, but they don't know how to do it, and they maybe are at risk of sacrificing everything that's more important?
Man, you subhanAllah, it's like you know the deep conversations that I have with my close friends. We were speaking about this recently. I'm actually a massive advocate for young Muslim men to get married as soon as possible. But a lot of young Muslim men are just chasing this idea, like you said, of I need this success and and then I'll figure it out. But a very close friend of mine, Sohaib, again, another, alhamdulillah, again, for Islam, and the brothers that you make, another just incredible human being. MashaAllah, he has four children and he's only 34, 35 years old. Anyways, him and I were speaking and he said something about, Allah is always going to give you what you need in order to be able to take care of your family. I don't know the exact, it sounds a lot better in Arabic. I'm trying to learn Arabic. Inshallah, Allah will help me. But it sounds a lot better in Arabic. But on that point, there's a lot of us that are chasing the wrong things. And I think being born a Muslim, a lot of folks just the same way when I was born, Greek Orthodox, you just kind of take it and, oh yeah, it just is what it is. It's on the back burner. When I'm older, I'm going to be religious because all of us think we have time. But the reality is we have no idea when we're going to go. SubhanAllah, my father was 61 years old, and out of nowhere, last year in March, just passed away. Just like this. I woke up one day, it's a Sunday, just living my life. And then out of nowhere, I get the call from my sister and I drive as fast as I can to go see him. But unfortunately, it was too late. And, there's that expression in Arabic, Inna Allah ilayhi wa inna Allah rajun, where it's we are created from Allah and to him we return. And I think all of us, especially young men, specifically to your point, we think we have everything, we have all the time in the world. So that's why a lot of young men prioritize and just chase this business success. But what they're not realizing is that's just the after product. If you can find that internal fulfillment and find that peace, which really comes from Allah, everything else just has a beautiful and magical way of taking care of itself.
That's beautifully put. And important to add on that it's not discouraging entrepreneurship. I'm a huge advocate for entrepreneurship for the ummah in general. We need it, but it's just about understanding priorities, right? And understanding that it is not the most important thing. Yeah. Did becoming a Muslim change how you do business?
Drastically. Yeah, drastically. I think, I really, again, I wouldn't say that I was a bad business person before by any means. But I can acknowledge that I was willing to turn a blind eye to behavior from my sales team that maybe I shouldn't have prior to Islam. Post accepting Islam, it was just a completely different, because your moral compass gets strengthened, and, historically I've always just built and run sales teams and direct to consumer sales teams. Whether it's door-to-door or high-frequency phone sales. So it's always a big volume of staff. It's always a very big volume of people. And sometimes when it grows too big, it's difficult to control. Alhamdulillah, right now we have a fairly small, it's about 15 folks on our team, which is a lot more, it's a lot easier to manage. And alhamdulillah, a lot of them are young Muslim men. And, we really just, I'm not, I would say one of the biggest things is I'm not scared to speak my truth about our religion. Even in the workplace, because hey, it's our company. I don't. If it's what's the point of entrepreneurship if you can't speak your mind, if you can't speak freely? Freedom of speech is very important. So I do not hold back at all. In our morning meetings, like the team can vouch. They always hear me. Alhamdulillah, like we're very out there in our language. And subhanallah, a few people on the team over the years have converted again to Islam. So it's been an incredible thing. So I think to your point, it's not to tell people to not pursue entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship and sales are some of the most transformational things you can do in this world for your skill set. I was not born with this ability to communicate. I was one of the most awkward, introverted people ever. But sales, high frequency sales, gave me the ability to just learn how to communicate effectively. So I hardcore push people to do it. And I think that, to answer your question, I think that Islam just changed my perspective on the priorities in business.
That's very well put. Yeah. Side note, all men, if you have no idea what to do with your life, get into sales. I agree with that.